Welcome back to the channel, guys. As many of you know, I'm Recommend. Hello, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Anyway, we're going to be looking at the Data East arcade machine. It's actually called the My Arcade Data East Micro Arcade Player. I mean, how long of a name could something have? And it's a $30 little collectible from Amazon. So you can see it's made to look like a miniature Bad Dudes arcade machine. Coin slots and all, so you can see there. And here's the other side. Giving you guys a good look there. It's the back where you actually have a USB port. It does take 4 AA batteries, which do not come included, so make sure you bring your own, or you can just plug it in via the port. It does not do any kind of recharging, just let you guys know. If you do plug it in, you need to keep it plugged in. It doesn't charge the batteries. There's nothing rechargeable here. You either use batteries or you have to have it plugged in. You have your built-in speaker there, volume controls. You have your 3.5mm headphone jack, and that's pretty much it. It does come with the controller itself is detachable. You can screw this off. I don't want to do that, but you can screw this controller off. You have your select and start buttons and your standard punch and kick buttons. You know, it is very well built, actually. I'm surprisingly well built. I honestly can't believe how nice this thing feels in the hand. For plastic, it feels good. I mean you guys can hear it's not hollow. It's pretty thick plastic. You know, the stickers are high quality print. I'm honestly very impressed by this. But, and there's always got to be a but, there is a major flaw and problem with this. I'm going to go into that right now. So if you look here, you see this wonderful artwork gives you the arcade machine. That's the arcade artwork. Unfortunately, that's not what you get. What do I mean? What do you mean, Recommend? It's the arcade artwork. Well, let's pull that sticker off. Right, so we have it off, and when I first got this, I'm like, how do you turn this thing on? Because there was no obvious on button. Very easy. You press the actual coin slots and bam, there you go. Now the screen is very bright. I've taken it outside and I can actually see it outdoors in daylight with no problem. I didn't measure nits or anything, but I mean, you can see it's really bright. Let me see if I can fix that for you guys. You can see a little better. There we go. Now, if you notice something, there's a big difference between that picture and what you're seeing here. So if you haven't guessed yet, they're advertising this as the arcade version of Bad Dudes. So they're advertising this, and this is a very hard game to get for the Wii. Just let you guys know in case you're curious about getting this, you will be searching. But they're advertising the Bad Dudes for the arcade. Meanwhile, what you're getting really is the Nintendo version of Bad Dudes. Isn't that just nice? Isn't that great, guys? How they do that? So, false advertising. Everything would have been perfect if they had been honest about what version of Bad Dudes they are putting on the machine. And honestly, if they're probably using some kind of Raspberry Pi or something in this, it's really not that much. Can't be that much more expensive to get the arcade version. The licensing probably costs more than what it costs to get hardware in this thing and get the official version. But in terms of what it is, I'm gonna hit start and just put the volume up a little bit so you guys can hear better. And let's see how it sounds and looks. So big blade. Get this out of the way for you guys. You are bad enough, dude, to rescue the president. That's such an 80s style, you know, plot, you know. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys. As you can see, it's the NES version. and it's obviously only one player. There's no way to play 2 players on this game like the actual arcade version. So if you're hoping to get 2 players somehow cut around this little thing, that's not gonna happen. Man, it's hard to film and play at the same time, in addition to watching the game through the actual phone screen while you play. Now, if you play the Bad Dudes version of the NES version of Bad Dudes, you know it doesn't hold a candle to your arcade. It's a subpar conversion, to be honest with you. The only decent thing I would say about the Nintendo version is that the music is somewhat good. At least in my opinion, the music sounds good considering it's an 8-bit edition of the 16-bit arcade machine. But seriously, guys, Mario Arcade should be ashamed for advertising Bad Dudes and giving you the NES version. You guys should have just been honest about it. I still would have got it. I mean, as you see, you saw at the beginning, I was playing around with it. And the sound is not all perfect either. That's usually very loud when you play it on the actual NES version. He says, "Oh, I'm bad," super duper loud. But going back to my arcade, I would have gotten this if you advertised it even with this version of it, because it's a cool idea. I used to have little Pac-Man arcade machines back in the days, and it wasn't arcade perfect, but I enjoyed it. You guys should have just been honest about it. Seriously. That's gonna have me ding a couple of points. But other than that, it's very, very well built. I like the feel. It's like I said, it's a bright screen. It's a 2 3/4 inch LCD display. Like I said, the controller's removable. You got your volume control. You got your 3.5mm headphone jack. Takes your 4 AA batteries as well as micro USB. Let's shut this thing down. Other than My Arcade not being upfront about what you're getting, pretty much false advertising. I like this thing. It's sad. It's so upsetting. The price is not bad, $30. But again, at $30, I mean, you could probably get yourself a Raspberry Pi or something if you just want to play the actual arcade version. If you want something that just looks nice in your home or your office as a nice trophy piece, you can do worse. But I don't know how I feel about supporting companies that aren't overly truthful about what you're offering. Next time, My Arcade, just be honest about what you're doing, and there shouldn't be any problems. This is Recommend, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit the bell, because obviously you won't get notifications when I upload material if you don't hit the bell these days. It's like you gotta double subscribe. And yeah, thanks again. I'll see you guys next time.